talked about Money in the Bank. I'm so excited to talk about this, pal. So you and I both watched the WrestleMania 40 documentary. I'm just gonna go first. I'm gonna lead off here, pal. I'm batting lead off right now. I got my bat out. I'm ready to swing at the first pitch, pal. I watched that documentary. I watched it in full. I watched the first half last night. I watched the second half this morning. This was a piece of political propaganda, pal. To put it bluntly, this did not feel like a production that I needed to watch. I could have told you all of the content that was in this documentary. You know, I could have told you, hey, The Rock is going to take credit for everything, pal. The Rock is going to take credit for everything. Triple H is going to say, I didn't know what to do. I booked Cody. The only thing I can say in seriousness and a serious analysis of this is that CM Punk had to be planned to win the Royal Rumble, and nobody wants to say that. And Punk got hurt and was like, just throw me out, Cody. Whatever. They'll figure it out. Like that's literally the only thing I could see happening, like that happened here. Like, because why would Triple H want Cody to win the Royal Rumble if they knew back in like August or September, whenever it was, that Rock was going to main event with Roman and Punk was going to main event with Rollins? And that was going to be your night 1 and night 2 main events and your championship matches. Why in the hell would they have Cody win the Royal Rumble to begin with? That doesn't make any sense to me or anybody watching the show. Like, you knew The Rock was going to win back in September whenever he appeared on the Pat McAfee show. And he didn't bother showing up in front of me in front of St. Petersburg. He couldn't bother being in St. Petersburg, pal, because St. Petersburg is such a disgusting city, not worthy of The Rock's presence. Why have Cody win? Why? Why have Cody win and point at Roman Reigns if you know The Rock and Roman Reigns is going to be the WrestleMania match? It's ridiculous, bro. And it's a hit to The Rock's legacy in a lot of ways. Like, The Rock thinks we're all stupid as fans. Like we believe that The Rock wants to do what's best for the company. Like, we're supposed to believe that, you know? Rock is like, oh, I care about the fans, bro. I love the fans. It's all about what the fans want, bro. The fans didn't want me versus Roman, so I gave you Cody versus Roman. I gave you Cody finishing his story. It was ludicrous, bro. It's ludicrous. And it's more like backtracking and WWE and The Rock trying to justify the whole build that we got, the whole chaotic build. When the Rock could literally just tweet. This could all have been said in a tweet. 100 characters. Hey, my bad, everyone. I thought me versus Roman was going to be the match of a lifetime, pal. The match of the century. And you guys wanted Cody to be in the main event. That's it. That's all you got to say. It could have been done in a tweet. You all wanted Cody to be in the main event. My fault. I ruined Cody's moment. There you have it. And that's all that could have covered the documentary.
What I will say, yeah, the timeline they portrayed and the way they told it didn't make sense. That was my takeaway.
Not at all.
I'm what, as like most of you have seen it, you're watching going, okay, so yeah, like they spend the first 10 to 15 minutes just talking about, like, The Rock going, well, I had the idea with Nick Khan and we discussed this for a few years back and we looked for WrestleMania 39, but it didn't end up happening. And then I showed up at SmackDown and I did the Pat McAfee show in September and we were getting conversations going that maybe we do Rock versus Roman. And in reality, that was probably either clearly planned out, and that was always going to be the plan, or The Rock was just running his own agenda. Like, it, either way, and then the way they tell it, well, Cody won the Royal Rumble because you give yourself the option, hey, we could do Cody versus Roman, or we could do Rock versus Roman. I'm like, that makes no sense. What? Huh? Yeah, like, I think what you said is valid. Like, that probably is, yeah, maybe Punk was just set to win anyway, and then Punk said, nah, I'm stuffed here, just throw me out. Point at Roman, throw me out. And that's why Cody was so conflicted about the whole thing, pal, because he was told by Triple H a day before the 2024 Royal Rumble, we've been political chest here. We've been done over by Brian Gurewitz and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The whole thing made The Rock look terrible.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I'm watching it going, you mentioned The Rock's legacy there. this does nothing of benefit to The Rock's legacy. The Rock took Cody Rhodes being crowned as the guy in WWE and made that all about him. Somehow, this was a 1 hour documentary where the first 40 minutes, particularly, because the last 20 minutes was just, oh, here's what happened at WrestleMania, pal. Oh, look, here's a couple of little clips from Gorilla Position of Triple H shaking hands with some people at the end. The first 40 minutes was the meat and potatoes of this documentary. And all that gave us was The Rock being like, well, I'm on the board. I'm above Triple H in the hierarchy. I really had the ultimate say here. I called Triple H and Nick Khan on the phone and said, hey, I think we should go a different direction because I care about the audience. Huh? Is that really what happened, Dwayne? Is that really what happened? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Like, it was so off. It was like this documentary was like off fish. You could smell it was rotten from a mile away. It didn't add up. It didn't make sense. It was just, I didn't like it. Like my takeaway, the feeling I had watching this was I don't like this. And like the little segments they put in there, like little bits of footage they were showing when The Rock's getting Bob Backlund's 1970s championship belt. Triple H is showing it to him. The Rock's saying how the belt feels on his shoulder. He's looking at photographers. Oh, let's get a picture. I think we should get a photo. Why are we watching this? Why are we watching The Rock exploring the WWE like museum? What does this do for anyone? This is about Cody Rhodes and the WrestleMania 40 moment and the build to WrestleMania 40 and watching segments of The Rock looking at his grandfather. Like, okay, oh, pal, we're hearing about The Rock. Like, this might as well just been a Rock documentary. The inside the life of Dwayne, pal. This is like the 2012 documentary about the once in a lifetime matches. Make it all about Dwayne because that's all this is. Dwayne greater than WWE in his eyes. That's all this is. I don't know, pal. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. It didn't make Dwayne look very good. I don't like the whole thing generally. What do you reckon? Anything else from you on that?
I did think I did find the part fascinating where Triple H basically said, "Oh, like we're gonna have Cody win, and then what?" And then it made Cody look like a jackass. Like Cody pointed at Roman just to do it because like Cody went into business for himself. Like that part was really baffling to me.
Sorry, on that, just before you continue, the part of the documentary I cringed at hardest was The Rock was voicing over that part where he's like, and then Cody and I shared a moment in the ring, and then we had the face off. Myself, Roman Reigns, the audience was going crazy. They amped up. This is us, trying to make it seem like this was like this legendary moment in wrestling. And not everyone who watched it, like we all thought watching that segment, which we reacted to on Elite, hey, what is going on? Cody's being effed over here. And like they just dismissed it. The Rock was like, well, yeah, we had Cody and I had the moment in the ring. As though it was like some buddy. Yep, all good. And Cody was visibly sad, visibly angry in the moment because everyone knew what was going on. And Dwayne's in his own little bubble. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, if I'm hypothesizing, what I think actually happened in a real life is Triple H, after WrestleMania 39 went off the air, wrote on a piece of paper, hey, it's going to be Cody going over on Roman at WrestleMania 40. Like it was supposed to be WrestleMania 39. Cody was supposed to win. Roman goes back into the office and it's like, hey, look, give me one more year. I'll get Jey Uso over. I'll get Solo Sikoa over. You can sell all this merchandise. You'll have a new bloodline. You'll have Jey as a single star. You'll have Jimmy as a single star. Okay, that's the deal. You're going to get all these guys over, Roman, but you got to put Cody over at WrestleMania. Boom. Shake hands. Then, like 5 days out before New Year's Eve, The Rock calls Nick Khan and is like, hey, bro, I'm going to be in whatever city the day one is. Hey, let's have this match. Or let me show up, pal. And then I'll say, oh, I'm going to have lunch at the head of the table and I'll see what the fans think. And the fans go crazy. Oh, he's going to have lunch at the head of the table. Oh, my God. And now we're here. Now Rock is like, all right, yep. I know you had Cody to beat Roman in WrestleMania 40, but we're changing that. Scrap that. I'm on the board. I'm more important than all of you. I'm facing Roman. That's what the fans want. Cody Rhodes, he's a good hand, great wrestler, but he's not bigger than me. He's not a bigger star than me, blah, 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 whatever. So, yeah. So there we are. Then I think that's what happened. Rock was like, yeah, I'm going to win and I'm going to beat Roman and boom. And then when people were like, wait, what? Like the execution was garbage, bro. Still. Like that was still a horrible segment. If The Rock wanted to main event WrestleMania, he should have showed up in St. Petersburg and won the Royal Rumble. Point blank, bottom line. You know, that's it. Like that's the only thing. That's where Rock messed up. He should have showed up at the Royal Rumble, threw out 3 wrestlers, called it a day, threw out an injured CM Punk. Hey, I know I stole your spotlight back in 2013, Punk. I'm stealing it again 11 years later. Let me throw you out. And that's it. Like, that's what they should have done. You know, Rock should have just been there at Royal Rumble. That segment made everybody look like a goof. It made Cody look like a baby. He gave up his spot. It made Rock look like an egomaniac. And the documentary did nothing for Roman. Roman's just like, yeah, I'm here, pal. I love making storylines. I love wrestling. My family loves wrestling. I'm here, pal. Like, Roman took a back seat to Dwayne in every aspect.
Yeah, Roman was an afterthought in this. And the only, I guess, grand scheme of it all theory I have, which is similar to what you said, my belief in this whole thing, and obviously they wouldn't say this in the documentary because this would like destroy the narrative for like everyone. I believe sometime in late 2022, very beginning of 2023, before WrestleMania 39, Rock and Roman said we're going to have our match at WrestleMania 40. I believe they figured that out, and then Roman went to Triple H and Paul Heyman went to Triple H, as you said. When Cody was initially ridden to win at WrestleMania 39, Roman's like, hey, hold on. X, Y, and Z, we can do all these things. We're going to make so much money. We can get my cousins over. Cody has a year to prove himself, really spin that. And Triple H and the crowd, okay, actually that works. Then we'll have Cody win the next year, knowing deep down full well, not Cody next year. It'll be Rock and Roman next year. So there you go. And then from there, Roman obviously beats Rock, and then he has the reign that goes on past Hulk Hogan's run. That's my genuine belief in this, because Roman was radio silent in this documentary. All Roman did in this documentary, pal, was the little segment of Roman Reigns, WrestleMania week, walking on the treadmill, pal, going, we're creating art here. This is what we do. This is the biggest week of the year. That was Roman's contribution in the documentary, because everything else was just seeing the footage of Paul Levesque walking in. This is WWE head of creative, Paul Levesque, and you see him walk past the whiteboard with WWE Raw tour dates, WWE SmackDown tour locations, and Paul Levesque's like, let's make something work. Bruce, what should we do? And it was just The Rock playing political chess. I don't know. The documentary was an L. I can't believe that this came out 3 months after WrestleMania, so The Rock could try and spin it in a way that makes him look good, and it still made him look terrible. Well done, Dwayne. Well done, $7 Productions. Great job. Really well done.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to say about The Rock's legacy, it seems like everything's spiraling out of control for The Rock. He had the fiasco with like In-N-Out Burger on Instagram where like he was like, oh, this is my first time ever being here. And people are like, no, you actually been here like 8 years ago. And that looked bad. And Black Adam flopped, and he got booted out of Fast and Furious for being an egomaniac, allegedly. What do I know? These are rich people. I have no idea what they're actually like doing in real life. But yeah, it seemed just like, it seems like The Rock is, I don't know. It seems like he's fallen off, bro. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It just seems like he's become so robotic. Everything he does is just designed to be like, yeah, I'm positive. I'm Dwayne. Yeah, drink my tequila. Yeah. It doesn't feel like he's even like a real person at this stage. Just feels like everything's branding, everything's marketing. You know what I mean?
100%. No, I know what you mean. And like with The Rock, even looking bigger picture with him, I remember, obviously he has his WWE little run, 2012, 2013. He wrestled a match against Cena and he then goes away from wrestling. And I remember vividly when I was in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, that video of The Rock talking to the LA Lakers, doing that like motivational speech almost about how, he's the hardest worker in the room. He wakes up 4:30 a.m. Like The Rock's like life story basically, which everyone knows pretty much now.
He hits the gym with Drew McIntyre at 4:30 in the morning, pal.
You're trying to get me sidetracked. But like Dwayne's doing this speech to Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, like the 2018 Lakers. and it made the rounds. Every motivational YouTube series was clipping it. Reels, everything. There were segments on it, and the perception of The Rock was this guy is like the hardest working man you've ever seen. He's as jacked as it gets. He's up at 4 a.m. He's doing movie filming 12 hours a day. This is like the ultimate person. And then that's just become branding, marketing, positive PR, like this obsessive positive PR machine to the point where people like us are just normal people look at it and go, this is fake. Like this is inauthentic. This isn't the authentic speech of him, shooting the breeze, the LA Lakers in 2018. This isn't authentic anymore. This is just PR and spin. This is not real. And people see through inauthenticity. So that's the reality for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His legacy has taken a big hit here. I'm proud I had him lower down in the rankings than Paul Levesque all time. I'm proud of that. I'm happy I had Shawn Michaels and Triple H in X positions and The Rock below them. That's where The Rock deserves to be. And I'm not ashamed of that, pal. I had The Rock, I think, 8th all time, below Triple H and Shawn, I think. And that's where The Rock deserves to be, pal.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think if The Rock had just tweeted and said, hey, look, I made a bad decision. I try to overshadow Cody. And just like, hey, I did what I could to give you guys the best version of me, the final boss Rock. And left it at that. Left it at a tweet or a statement. We didn't need an hour-long documentary with The Rock saying, oh, it was my decision, bro. I allowed Cody to finish his story. Like, it just...
He said, I'm the reason you had the happy moment.
Yeah.
You know why you're all happy at WrestleMania and everyone looks back on the WrestleMania 40 last ending sequence and Cody winning and everyone positively reflects on that? All that was because of me. Because I gave that the all clear. I called Nick Khan, Paul Levesque, and Brian Gurewitz on the phone.
Yeah, like when we needed Rock, I've said this before a million times. When we needed Rock at WrestleMania 30, what was that? 34. When we got Brock and Roman for the millionth time. When we needed him, he was off filming movies, pal. Then when we needed him again at WrestleMania 38, we got Rock and Brock again. Roman and Brock again. Jeez, I can't talk. Roman and Brock again for the millionth time in LA. Hollywood. WrestleMania goes Hollywood, pal. Dwayne Johnson, biggest Hollywood star. Where was he? Nowhere to be found. And now he decides to come back at the moment when Cody is at his hottest and everybody wants to see Cody win the championship. And it was all bullshit. He tried to steal Cody's spotlight. WWE fans revolted so bad that he had to change his mind, and everybody in the end had to change their mind. Triple H got his way. He out-politicked The Rock. He beat him at his own game. Triple H wanted what was right for business, what was best for business, and that was Cody winning the title. Just imagine where WWE would be right now. Picture that, July 6, 2024. If WrestleMania 40 goes off the air with Roman spearing The Rock, and The Rock and Roman crying in the middle of the ring, confetti, The Rock's family, Roman's family, all in the middle of the ring celebrating. Imagine where we'd be right now. We were just complaining about this Money in the Bank show. Whatever. I'll take Solo beating Cody any day over what the hell we would be getting if WrestleMania 40 went off the air with Rock and Roman crying while confetti is falling down on them. As The Rock is like, yeah, you're my tribal chief. You're my champion, pal.
That's about all. Yeah.
Mic drop.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Bang on. Yeah, but you've covered that. That was the WWE WrestleMania 40 behind the curtain documentary. That was the truth about the WrestleMania 40 behind the curtain documentary. What WWE really wanted to tell you about The Rock. And Kevin's nailed it. Hopefully I've contributed something, pal, and given my authentic opinion, pal. Hopefully the audience can detect authenticity from us, because they can't from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, that's for sure. So there you have it, pal. Anything else you want to go through here, pal, while we're still live, pal?
Oh, yeah. Always Talk Wrestling just commented and said, didn't The Rock want to beat Roman? Imagine where we'd be if The Rock beat Roman at WrestleMania 40. Imagine where we'd be. Imagine that. Just imagine. If The Rock beat Roman Reigns If the build for WrestleMania 40 was okay, we're gonna have a press conference, Rock and Roman face off, everybody's booing. The next 8 weeks ensues, and we get the Rock cutting promos, calling Roman a bitch. Roman cutting promos saying, "Hey Rock, your grandma's a bitch," or whatever. You know, like whatever we be getting. And then WrestleMania 40 goes off the air with Rock Bottom, People's Elbow, 1, 2, 3. And The Rock, what? The Rock brings the championship to like the next movie premiere, like his UFC movie that he's working on.
Pal, I'm just thinking because I went to Elimination Chamber. I would have been in the middle of the build to that, where the WWE were trucking through. If that were to be what they do, I would have all we would have done at the press conference at walking on the streets of Perth or the streets of Burstwood, Western Australia, pal, in the Optus Stadium. All we would have been doing at the show, pre-show, during the main show, hijacking matches. We want Cody. Cody's been screwed. F you, Rocky. Rocky sucks. You know.
Yeah. All right, pal. Well, yeah. I guess that's it. We've talked about everything. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, everything Money in the Bank 2024. Any last words, pal, before I end the stream?
Pal, it's going to be an emotional ride to SummerSlam, pal. WWE, as they roar into Cleveland, pal, presenting Summerfest. I can't wait, pal. This is going to be driven with our big-time world title matches, both of which belong on free-to-air TV. Solo and Cody, Priest and Gunther.
Come on.
Can't wait, pal.
Come on. All right. That's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.